Chapter 3, Cam Jansen and the Mystery of the Television Dog. I'm next, Donna told Mr. Lee. Then I go, Diane said. Mr. Lee smiled. I'll bet you two are sisters, he said. So far, there was a bookstore signing of the dog in chapters 1 and 2. And then there was a fight between the two dogs. And then the dog that was signing the books started acting a little bit odd. And Cam is the camera. She remembers things in her brain by saying click and taking a picture in her brain. Donna and Diane are identical twins. They were even dressed alike. So it was easy to tell them that they are sisters. Only their hair was different. Diane's hair hung straight down, but Donna's had braids. Donna smiled at the dog. Hello, Poochie, she said. I love your show. I watch it every Tuesday night. Then Diane and Cam shook the dog's paw, and Eric bought a copy of the Poochie story. Poochie pressed his paw into the ink pad and then onto the front of the book. Then the trainer gave the book to Eric. If you notice that the owner of the dog, his face looks like he's confused. As they left the store, Cam looked through the Poochie story. It says here, Cam read, that before Poochie became a television star, he was a real hero. A house was on fire and he barked and barked until someone called the fire department. Cam read as she walked. Diane held Cam's hand to keep her from walking into things. At the corner, Diane stopped Cam. They all waited for the light to change. I'm hungry, Donna told Eric. I want one of those sandwiches you have in the bag. Before you eat, you have to wash your hands, Eric told her. You just shook Poochie's paw. Your hands must be dirty. Donna held out her hands. She turned them over a few times and said, No, they're not. My hands are clean. Let me see, Cam said. She looked at Donna's hands. Then Cam looked at her own hands and at Diane's. Something is strange, Cam said. It could be that the dog we shook hands with wasn't the real Poochie. Cam ran back to the bookstore. Eric, Donna, and Diane followed her. Cam looked through the bookstore window. Then she closed her eyes and said, Click. What's she doing? Diane whispered to Eric. Just be quiet. She's trying to remember something. Cam opened her eyes. She looked through the window again and said, I was right. The dog in there is not Poochie. What? Look at your hands, Cam told Donna and Diane. And look at mine. They're clean. We shook Poochie's paws. It's the same paw he used to sign the books. But no ink rubbed off. Maybe the ink dried, Eric said. That's what I thought. That's why I said click. I looked at the picture I have of Poochie in my mind, and I looked at the dog in the bookstore. They're not the same. How can you tell? Eric asked. That dog looks like Poochie to me. He's white with black spots. It's the spots, Cam said. The spots on the dog in the bookstore are not in the exact same places as the spots on Poochie. Cam pointed to the picture of Poochie on the cover of the Poochie story. Look at this and then look at the dog in the store. You tell me if they're the same. Eric, Donna, and Diane looked at the picture of Poochie on the cover of the book. Then they looked through the bookstore window. They looked back at the book and then through the window again. You're right, Eric said. Some of the spots on the dog in the store are in the wrong places.